This is the first part of a two-part series. In the heart of the desert, a city rose from sand and ambition, Cairo, the jewel of the Fatimids. But peace never lasts forever. This is the story of its most legendary battle. Welcome to History Pulse, where history comes alive. Before we begin, click that like button and subscribe for more epic tales. Our story begins far from the sands of Egypt. Here, amidst the hustle and bustle of the Asian Orient, a caravan winds its way through sun-baked lands. These aren't merchants seeking fortune, but warriors on a sacred mission. Led by a man known only as Abu al-Hassan al-Kab, they are members of a secretive Ismaili sect seeking a lost treasure. Their path takes them to the bustling city of Alcantara, a place of intrigue where politics and faith collide. Unbeknownst to them, their presence here would sow the seeds of change that would eventually transform this very city into the iconic Cairo of legend. As the 10th century dawns, the world looks much different than we know it today. Across North Africa and parts of Asia, several dynasties hold sway. The Abbasid Caliphate, once the golden child of Islam, has become a shadow of its former self. To the east, the Samanids, Ghaznavids, and Buyids vie for power, while the Ikhshidids, Tulunids, and Hamdanids carve out their own domains in the west. This fragmented political landscape becomes the backdrop for the emergence of a new player, the Fatimids, an Ismaili Shia dynasty with claims to a lineage that can be traced back to Prophet Muhammad himself. By the year 909, under the rule of their leader, Ubayd Allah al-Mahdi Billah, the Fatimids have established their authority over Ifriqiya, a region encompassing modern-day Tunisia and parts of eastern Algeria. However, their ambitions extend beyond these borders. The true prize lies further south, the strategic crossroads of Egypt. For centuries, Egypt has been a coveted possession, a land where the riches of the East meet the influences of the Mediterranean. Control over Egypt means control over vital trade routes and access to the treasures of sub-Saharan Africa. It's no surprise, then, that the Fatimids set their sights on this prize. At the same time, the Ikhshidids, previously the rulers of Egypt, have weakened and become increasingly reliant on outside forces. Enter the Tulunids, a Syrian dynasty that seized Egypt in 868. Despite being nominally under Abbasid rule, the Tulunids pursue their own agenda, leaving the Abbasid Caliphate virtually powerless. For the Fatimids, this situation presents an opportunity. They see a chance to not only expand their territory, but also to challenge the authority of the Abbasid Caliphate, the very symbol of Sunni Islam. Thus begins the Fatimid campaign to conquer Egypt. For the Abbasid Caliph Harun al-Rashid, there is a tinge of irony. His father, Al-Mamun ibn Harun, had previously attempted to subjugate the Shiite Fatimids, seeing them as a potential threat. Ironically, it is now his son who finds himself on the receiving end of the Fatimid conquest. The Abbasid army, though formidable, is not without internal strife. Divisions run deep, affecting the troops' morale and effectiveness. Amidst this discord, the Fatimid forces led by the brilliant tactician Jawhar al-Sikili arrive. With superior numbers and an eager force of 70,000 soldiers, the Fatimids have the upper hand. Key to their success is a well-trained elite unit consisting of 2,000 cavalrymen armed with swords and lances, accompanied by 20 elephants equipped with swords and archery capabilities. This elite vanguard plays a pivotal role in the coming conflict. After a 2-month siege, the Tulunid ruler Kumaraway, realizing the futility of resistance, surrenders Egypt to the Fatimids. This surrender marks a significant shift in the political dynamics of the region. The Fatimids' sphere of influence grows, and with it, their claim to be the rightful successors of Prophet Muhammad gains more traction. With the political stage set, we turn our attention to Cairo. Originally named Alcantara, the city's strategic importance is evident. Situated near the confluence of the Nile Delta, it served as a crucial gateway between Africa and the Levant. Founded around the year 640 AD during the Arab conquest of Egypt, Alcantara was initially a modest military encampment. However, over the years, it evolved into a thriving urban center. When the Fatimids seized Egypt, Alcantara found itself at a pivotal crossroads. Its fate was about to change dramatically as the Fatimids prepared to make it their new capital, renaming it Cairo. Under their rule, the city underwent rapid transformations. The construction of mosques, madrasas, and public works projects breathed life into the city. The famous Al-Azhar Mosque, one of the oldest and most esteemed in the Islamic world, was built here, becoming a beacon of Islamic scholarship and culture. Cairo gradually emerged as a hub of commerce, scholarship, and political power. Yet even as the city thrived, shadows lurked on the horizon. The Fatimids' expansionist policies did not go unnoticed. The surrounding regions were not willing to accept this new power so easily, and thus the seeds of discontent began to sprout, threatening to disrupt the tranquility of Cairo's rise. As the sun sets over the sprawling city of Cairo, casting long shadows across its bustling streets, the air carries the scent of cardamom and cinnamon from the spice markets mingling with the sounds of merchants hawking their wares. Children chase each other through the labyrinthine alleyways, while scholars debate theological complexities in quiet corners. The city is a microcosm of the Islamic world, a place where cultures converge and ideas come alive. But beneath this veneer of peace, tensions simmer. The arrival of emissaries from neighboring kingdoms has set the city on edge. Whispers carry tales of impending conflicts, casting a pall over the lively bazaars. Even the nightly melodies of the oud players seem to carry a note of foreboding. For the Fatimids, the threat comes from the north, the powerful kingdom of Sicily ruled by the Byzantines. Further east, the Abbasid Caliphate fumes, smarting from the humiliation of losing Egypt. And then there are the internal dissenters, those who question the Fatimids' right to rule. For Cairo's inhabitants, be they merchants, scholars, or soldiers, life in this ancient city is about to change in ways they could never have imagined. As the night deepens, the stars gleam in the inky sky above Cairo, mirroring the determination in the eyes of the city's defenders. They stand ready to protect their home, their faith, and their way of life. Little do they know, the dawn will bring with it the fury of a storm they've only begun to see. The following morning, the Byzantine army, resplendent in their armor, advances towards Cairo. Leading this force is Emperor Nikephoros Phocas, a man known for his martial prowess and unrelenting ambition. His gaze is fixed on the prize before him, the jewel of the Fatimid Empire. On the other side of the battlefield, the Fatimid army stands resolute. Their ranks are led by General Amr ibn al-Layth al-Kindi, a man whose loyalty to the Fatimid cause is matched only by his military acumen. He surveys the battlefield, his mind calculating probabilities, preparing to meet the Byzantine head-on. As the armies prepare for the imminent clash, the two leaders exchange words. Nikephoros, confident in his army's superiority, demands the city's surrender, threatening dire consequences should the Fatimids resist. In response, General Amr ibn al-Layth rejects the offer, vowing to defend Cairo to the last breath. Thus, the stage is set for a confrontation that will determine the fate of a city, an empire, and a kingdom. And then it begins. The clash of steel echoes across the plains as the Byzantine and Fatimid armies engage in fierce combat. Cavalry charges shake the ground, sending plumes of dust into the air. Knights on horseback wield their lances with deadly accuracy, shattering formations and sending men tumbling to the ground. Swords flash in the sunlight as infantrymen lock in deadly combat, their shields a testament to the chaos all around them. Amidst the carnage, General Amr ibn al-Layth leads from the front, his every move exuding confidence and skill. His cavalry, a whirlwind of steel and fury, breaks through enemy lines, creating openings for the infantry to exploit. The Fatimid soldiers press their advantage, pushing the Byzantines back, their discipline and training evident in their coordinated maneuvers. But Nikephoros is not one to be easily defeated. He rallies his troops, his own prowess in battle inspiring renewed vigor among the Byzantines. They counterattack, their disciplined ranks pressing forward once more, determined to break through the Fatimid defenses. The tide of battle shifts, each side gaining and losing ground as the fight rages. In the midst of this chaos, the outcome of the battle hangs in the balance, dependent on the decisions and actions of the men leading the charge. Will the Fatimids successfully defend their city and expand their empire, or will the Byzantines prevail, changing the course of history? Only time will tell. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the battlefield, the outcome of the battle remains uncertain. Both the Fatimid and Byzantine armies are exhausted, their ranks depleted, their weapons dulled from the day's fighting. The ground is littered with fallen soldiers, a testament to the ferocity of the battle. Yet as the day wanes, neither side is willing to yield. The clash of arms echoes through the twilight, a somber soundtrack to the unfolding drama. Then, through the haze of fatigue and smoke, a change occurs. A group of Fatimid cavalrymen, led by the indomitable General Amr ibn al-Layth, breaks through the Byzantine lines, reaching the outskirts of Cairo unopposed. They ride with the weariness of battle etched on their faces, yet their spirits high with the promise of safety within the city walls. Their return heralds the end of the battle. The Byzantine army, demoralized by the loss of their emperor and sensing defeat, begins a hasty retreat. As darkness falls over the plains, the surviving Byzantines flee, carrying with them the weight of their emperor's defeat. In the aftermath, Cairo stands resilient, its walls bearing silent witness to the day's events. The victory reverberates through the city, echoing in the laughter of children playing in the streets and the celebratory chants of the faithful in the mosques. The triumph is a testament to the city's strategic brilliance and the courage of its defenders. Cairo has proven itself a fortress, its future now illuminated by the promise of prosperity and growth under the watchful gaze of the Fatimids. But as the celebrations subside, a sobering thought lingers in the minds of the victors. The battle is won, but the struggle for dominance in the region has just begun. The echoes of distant drums serve as a reminder that the symphony of war is far from over. The peace enjoyed in Cairo's embrace is but a fleeting moment, a pause before the next movement in the grand composition of their destiny. Great cities rise not only on stone, marble, and blood, but on wisdom and power. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback is our inspiration. We'll catch you next time as we continue to uncover the hidden stories that shaped our world. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.